It's, okay. Just fill it out and give it to, who is it, Pat? How's Pat and his wife doing? Are they still working or no? Okay, I think we should be live, Cheri.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go. I usually go on my phone because if they comment, I could see it. I won't be able to see it on here.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so I go on my phone, and you could probably too go on your phone and go on my page. If you wanna look at the comments, because they'll ask questions. Okay, we got 3 viewers, I think. Hello,
I'll do my mom and sisters.
Hold on, why can't I see this? Oh, there it goes. Okay, now we got 4. I'm gonna lower my volume. Now we got 4. Hello, hello, thank you for joining us. For those that are joining us, please make sure to share this live. Because Cheri here is going to share her story with you all, living with stage 4 lung cancer. So you want to make sure that you share this, because sharing and bringing an awareness can save not only your life, but a loved one as well. So we got about 10 viewers, I think, or so. It's going up. So thank you again, guys, for joining us. This here is my lung cancer sister, Cheri. She is a stage 4 lung cancer survivor. Yay! We're survivors, we're warriors.
We are survivors.
And so Cheri is going to tell her story with you all. When she was diagnosed, at what stage, if she has a gene mutation, share that. And whatever her heart tells her to share, that's why we do these videos, to share stories, to inspire people, to give people hope, because there is hope, even with stage 4 lung cancer. Okay. And Cheri, where are you from? I forgot to ask you that.
Minnesota.
Okay, she's from
northern Minnesota, up by Fargo.
Prince, is that what you said? Prince. So she is from Minnesota, where it's so darn cold up there.
And snowing right now.
Yeah, I bet. So cold. And so, hey, Kim.
I was supposed to be in Jamaica with my sisters doing it. So I'm in my son's room, you know, getting the feel. Yeah.
Why not? It's okay. You'll be in Jamaica no time soon.
We will. We will.
Yes.
We'll do it soon.
And I was planning a trip for my husband and I to go to Cancun, but that's not going to happen. So I think.
You want to hear a story?
I think we're going to go in September.
After spring break in Cancun, all the hotels got evacuated because of the virus. And my mom said all the animals are coming down from the forests.
Oh,
like
really?
Leopards in the hotel, all kinds.
Oh, wow.
What? That would have been cool.
That would be cool. Is there any videos of it, babe? My mother-in-law told him that. I believe it. I want to see videos. They took over the hotels.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Yep. Our viewers are going up. So remember, guys, share, share, share. And so you can inspire and give someone hope. Maybe someone needs to hear this. Maybe they're not battling with lung cancer. Maybe they're just battling, they're going through a storm in their life. But hearing our story gives people hope and inspires people that, yeah, you might think your life is bad, but when you hear stories like this, then you know that you don't live, go to sleep and wake up with this. So go ahead, Cheri, and take it away. It's all yours.
Well, thank you, Juanita. Thank you so much for having me. I remember I met you last year in April in the Hope Summit in DC, but I kind of just said hi. You were like this celebrity, and I just was like, it was my first time out there, so I didn't make contact with many people. But I certainly love listening to other people's stories, so I thought I better take time to share mine. So yes. I am 59 years old, just turned 59 years old, and 2 years ago I had a daycare in my home. My husband works from home. I have amazing family. I have 4 kids. They were ages 23 to 37, I think. And then 5 grandkids, ages like 1 to 20. So my life was like, my family is everything. And then my sisters and my mom and dad, and I just have just an amazing family. I was going through life, busy, busy, busy. In November of 2017, I just had like pain in my shoulder and like in my chest. I'm like, oh, I'm probably just stressed. You know, I was trying to do daycare parties and get a lot of stuff in. So I waited till January, and then I thought, oh, I probably just need to lose some weight, but it was getting harder to like walk up the stairs and breathe. And finally in February, I went to an on-call doctor, and he did an EKG and said, your heart's fine. You probably just have acid reflux. I'm like, all right. So then I got into my primary, who was amazing, and she put me on Z-Pak and said, come back in 1 week. So, you know, like everybody else, you get put on something and misdiagnosed for a little bit. But she had me come back, and she said, it's not getting any better, is it? And I'm like, nope. And she said, how about if we drain it? We'll do a thoracentesis. And for those of you that don't know, that's like putting a needle through your back into your lung and draining all the liquid out of your lung. And so she did that, and I didn't know, but at the time they sent that off to see if it was cancerous. And then on Monday, that was like a Wednesday or something. On Monday, she had me come back in the office. It was a snow day here in Minnesota, so I didn't want to drive. So my husband brought me in. I didn't have daycare that day because it was a snow day. And I'm like, you just stay in the car. It'll be, you know, I'll just be quick. I'm going to see what she wants. And went up there, and she said, I don't know how to tell you, Cheri, but you have lung cancer. And I'm like, okay. I mean, you know, you're just like, wow, it's just nothing you ever expected. Right. And she walked out to get my, we're friends. Our boys played hockey together. So, you know, she hugged me, and it was tough. But she walked out to set up an oncology appointment, and I quick text my family, and I put lung cancer. And because I like to play jokes a lot and kind of get around, I put no joke. So I don't think anybody, I thought they'll think, yeah, right, Cheri, you know, I mean, how could, I don't smoke. Why would I have lung cancer? Right. So, you know, and that's the big misconception that I find that everybody, you know, it's like, how could I possibly have lung cancer? And then you kind of feel, you know, like when you tell people, you have to say, I don't smoke. But that's just kind of what we deal with. So that's the stigma. But so then from there, I didn't know what to do. You know, you're just numb. And so being that my grandkids were home, my daughter was home, I had my husband drop me off there, and my daughter was crying. We told my grandkids, and we sat and watched a movie all day, and just, I think all of us were just numb. My boys stopped over. Right. I have 1 daughter and 3 sons. And so then we came home, and I kind of was ready to just, all right, I'm going to die. But on the other hand, I thought I had cervical cancer like 25 years ago. And I just said, you know, what does it take to fix it? And she fixed it. I had a hysterectomy. So I was kind of thinking like, maybe they could just do that. Maybe they could quick fix it. So I was numb. So the next morning at 10 o'clock, my daughter, my 3 boys walk in with their calendars and their phones and their iPads. And they sat at my kitchen table, my husband, and said, okay, here we go. And they were on the phone with insurance companies. I had appointments in Texas at MD Anderson and Mayo and all over the country. And they just gave me, you know, such hope, like, okay, we're going to fight this, and no one's taken down their mama. And so I'm like, all right. So we had appointments. I met with my local oncologist that week, and my kids went with me. Well, first I have to tell you, my ex-sister-in-law sent me this thing. This is Henrietta. She's got a little husband named Earl, and she sent me a little one, and it squeaks. So it is, I think it goes with the book. I gave all mine away. I think it's called, I don't know if Julie's on, but Head First, I think. But a guy that she sent this to them, and it just, we put him in our purse, and he would squeak at the most inappropriate times. You know, it was just, and so it'd make you laugh, and just, you know, just the seriousness of it all. It's like, we just needed that. And so when my kids would always go to the appointment, and when we'd have like little meetings, like when we went from one appointment, one would have me 1 week, they had like a passing of the chicken, like the passing of the torch, so that whoever responsible for mom at that time had to take the chicken. You know, we had fun with it all, as much as you can possibly have fun with it. So then went to my local oncologist, and which was kind of funny. We're sitting there, my one son is bald, and we're sitting there, it's very serious in this kind of drabby place. And one of my kids said, I'm sure they all think that Zach, my oldest son, is the one with cancer because he's totally bald. And I mean, we just busted a gut. It was fun. But then when we went in there, it got pretty serious because I asked my oncologist, do you know anybody that has cancer like mine? Because I had a 2-centimeter tumor in my lung, and it was tethered to my left side. Okay. And it's tethered to the pleuria. So I had all of this liquid, the pleural effusion. And he said, I've known 2 people. And I said, how long did they live? He said, one 3 months and one 3 years. So then I didn't hear much after that appointment. I thought, crap, I'm gonna die. But so we walked out of there, and the kids again, got me going, and my husband, and like, no, we're gonna beat this thing. So then we went to Mayo, and then we went to MD Anderson, and you hear a lot of people that start with chemo. I was lucky; I didn't even know they ran the biomarker test. Oh, good. They did it right off the bat when they took that first thoracentesis. So by the time I got back, I think we were in Texas at MD Anderson when they called. So it was like within a few weeks, and they said, guess what? You're ALK positive. And I'm like, is that good? She said, that's a very good thing. We can treat this with targeted therapy. So, so I started on alectinib in April of 2018. Okay. And they also found a spot in my hip. So I did really well on that for that year. And in November, I had radiation. In November of 18, I had radiation to my hip and my lung, and it totally took care of that. And then last year, 2019, I had a PET scan, and they said I was NED, no evidence of disease. Awesome. But it doesn't mean a lot to me because I still have it in my pleuria, and like my lung is collapsed, and but they said I still had that, but I was NED. My tumors were good, so I'm like, all right. But then last year, probably, I think it was in July, maybe June, but my son was engaged and going to get married. And so there's a lot of running around, but I couldn't breathe. Like I couldn't walk up the stairs. My husband would have to carry the laundry basket up or walk up to the car. I'd have to sit, and because of the pleural effusion was so bad. So that went on, and I had many, like I'd get the thoracentesis where they put the needle in your back, and they'd take out like a 2-gallon thing of fluid, or not 2 gallon, 2 liter of the fluid about every 2 weeks. I have that done. I looked into getting the ports and everything, but they didn't think it was necessary. I flew out to Boston in September, and I saw Dr. Shaw, which was wonderful. And she did another biomarker testing, and it showed, I think it's called a V80 mutation, which means I was getting resistant to alectinib. So then I saw my doctors in Mayo, and they did show that so just in March, I was NED supposedly. And this is in, so that's why I don't put a lot of stock in it, because it can go south really fast. So in November, they decided that I had a progression in the lining of my lung. And the alectinib was no longer working, and so they were going to put me on brigatinib. So I did that in December of 2019, a couple months ago. And it was a rough go to start with. I, threw up, and just did not feel good. And when I went to the doctor after Christmas, the 26th, that's what I was telling you about before, I ended up in ER because I was running like 104 temp, and I had pneumonia, and it's just not a good situation. My blood pressure was 200 and some, and oh my goodness. So they put me in ER, but no, I'm thinking it could have been the coronavirus. So I don't know, I'm going to get tested that. So either that, they thought it was toxicity to the medication. Okay. So I went off the medication for 3 weeks, and then slowly started back on. And now I have never felt better in my life, I don't think. I mean, I've got a little bit of the fluid. I can tell it's coming back, and I just had a PET scan on my 2-year cancerversary on March 5th. And it showed, it showed that I was NED. Again, I do have the pleural fluid and the collapsed lung and everything, but yeah, they said that I was doing good. The medication seems to be working, and now I go back to Mayo the end of May, and we'll make sure we're right on track again. But yeah, it's been a journey, but I think we've stayed, you know, pretty positive, and
yes.
You know, it has. I did quit working, but other than that, I think, you know, it's not been all bad. It's been a good
That's
thing.
Awesome. Now it's been 2 years, correct?
2 years, exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Exactly 2 years. Awesome. And you got many more to go.
I hope so. You know, I hope
yes,
so.
yes.
I got to see my son get married. That was
there
a
you
huge
go.
thing.
Good.
I've got one more to see get married, and hopefully some more grandbabies along the way. And
there you go.
Lots to live for. I have an amazing support group, and I think, you know, that just helps so much. Gives you so much. When I'm down, you know, there are days when I'm thinking, crap, you know, I'm not going to make it. And then, like before, when I was not feeling well, it's so real then. And, but my sisters, my mom, like, we text every day.
Okay. She froze on me. All right, where you at, hon? She is frozen, guys. Okay. Oh, so we're gonna wait till she comes. Hopefully she jumps back on. Yeah, something happened. So hopefully she'll come back on. Oh, they just lost power. Great. This is going great. And she lost power. So we're not gonna be able. She just messaged me. Oh no, yeah. I was wondering what happened to her. Okay, well, there's nothing I could do. She lost power. She said that they are having an ice storm. God, they still having winter storms over there in Minnesota. So, well, guys, I know, right, Kim? It was such a good story. I know I wanted to finish hearing it. So we're probably gonna have to reschedule and do part 2 of Cheri's story, because she lost power in Minnesota because they're in the middle of an ice storm. So, but we would schedule that soon. Yeah, she said it's totally black. It's okay, Cheri. So we will continue part 2 of Cheri's story, and I'll try to schedule that. Maybe I'll have 2 shows next week. Maybe I have her part 2 in the beginning of next week, and then I don't know who I'm interviewing next Thursday. So we'll just play it by ear. But yes, her story was great. Thank you, Cheri, so much for sharing your story. Unfortunately, the ice storm took your power out. But if you guys, if anyone out there, if you know that their story is similar to Cheri, please reach out to her. She can help. I am also ALK positive, and there's many of us. So if you were diagnosed, or someone that you know was diagnosed ALK positive, we are here to help you. And there's a big group of us, and there's even a ALK positive group page on Facebook. So just hit us up, and we'll guide you to, you know, the right place or what you need. So guys, thank you so much. Sorry about this. You guys have a great evening. Good, because she is such an encourager through all of this. Best sister ever. Yes, Dawn, best sister ever. Well, she's my lung cancer sister, so yes, best sister ever. Oh, you're welcome, Kim. Yes, your mom is awesome. Yes, very positive, very inspiring. That's all we have. We have to stay positive, and we have to stay inspired. And I think that's why more of us are living, not only because of targeted therapy and new treatment that are coming out, but because of our positive thinking and our positive energy. So yes, I agree with you. But guys, thank you so much. Oh, back on. Maybe she's gonna come back on. Okay, try coming back on. All right, let me tell her. She said the lights are back on. Let me see if she could try to get back on. I'm messaging her right now. There she goes. Yay!
Holy buckets. That was insane.
Oh my goodness.
It might go back off.
Okay, guys.
I didn't know it was
back. That's awesome.
That's crazy. That is insane. I don't even know where I was, but
where were you at? Yeah.
I think I got 2 years later, and I have a wonderful support system. And
there you go, the support system. Talk a little bit about your support system.
Well, my kids, I mean, my daughter, my boys, and my husband, like they all, except for my one son's in law school and his wife, but they're all right in town. So like, and those grandkids, you know, when you get down, like even now that you can't go anywhere, I get in my car and I just go around just to see their cute little faces.
You're right.
That is what I need to live for. You know, they are
exactly.
So I will do whatever it takes to live for all of them, yes. My sisters and my mom and dad. And I mean, it's like, and I have a brother too. It's, yeah, you know, it's my family. And
yes,
I'm not afraid to die. I mean, I believe in Jesus. And when I die, I know it's going to be a beautiful thing. And I'm excited for that day. But in the meantime, I kind of like to I'm a firm believer in, you know, it all works together. And when my time is my time, God will take it. I believe he could. And I have prayed that since the day I was diagnosed. And my family has got amazing like prayer groups, people that I don't even know all around the world that the minute I got diagnosed. And even now, if something comes up, you know, they all start their little prayer chains. And my Facebook community, the love that I have felt through this is just an incredible feeling. Like my crazy chicken here. And, you know,
I love it.
She's my ex-husband's sister. And she's like, sent me this, and, so it's a beautiful thing how when people care, you know, you don't think that sending that card matters. It matters.
Yes.
Or when you drop off food, or those things matter so much when you're a hurting person. So no matter what people are going through, I think it's just to gather around and love on them. And I don't know, it does matter. You think like I know for myself, I think, oh, it won't matter that much, but it really to me has pulled me through a lot of it. Right. And mainly my faith has pulled me through, but the love of people is just such a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It sure is. That's great. You know, I've sometimes heard stories that people don't have a support system and it breaks.
Oh, mine too. I can't imagine. You know, and it's something you hate to say too much about because I feel so blessed. But
yes, amen.
Yeah, I can't imagine, and that's where we're called to be those people for other people that don't have anyone. And,
exactly.
You know, to love on them, so encourage them. And
yes, I totally agree. And it blesses my heart, warms my heart that you know that you're a believer in your faith, because that got me through my journey with lung cancer, and I was only given 18 months, and here I am 5 years later. Now, did it come back? Yes, I got progression. I have 2 small spots in my brain, but that doesn't stop my faith. I have this faith, and I know that when I go on April 7th for my MRI, I mean, I can't see the doctor because I got to go with the MRI, come home, and they're going to call me. They don't want they don't want to see any patients.
Because of the whole coronavirus.
I go to University of Chicago Hospital, which is fine, but I have that fearless faith, and I know that either it's going to be completely gone or it's just going to be stable where it's just going to be there, and I'm going to live with it, and I'm fine with that too. And I, you know, I used to be afraid of dying. I'm not going to lie, you know, because I didn't really serve God the way I do now. So I was afraid, but now I honestly could say that I'm not afraid to die because I have my parents on the other side. And I would do anything to see my mom again. You know, I lost her 2.5 years ago. Oh, how I miss her. But I have a granddaughter now, and I want to see my granddaughter grow.
She's beautiful.
So, you know, my mom, she'll be there waiting for me with open arms when it's my time to go. But meanwhile, like you, I want to be around. I want to do things with my granddaughter. I want her to have those memories with her grandma. So exactly.
I
really understand you.
Everything. Yes. And the thing is, if you know, I totally believe God can heal me, but just because if he doesn't, that doesn't mean he's not a good God. You know, it's
exactly.
just, it is what it is, or that he couldn't heal me. My faith is strong through this whole thing. And it probably become stronger knowing that, you know, it's all good no matter what happens in this life. I want to have fun. I want to serve God. I want to just, I want to make it a good life no matter if I have 2 days left or 12 years.
Right, right.
I'm not going to waste time on the little things.
I'm a believer that if he doesn't heal us, it's not because he doesn't want to heal us, but I think he allows it to stay a reminder that for us not to pull away from him, if that makes sense. Because how many times I've heard stories, miracles that happen.
Right.
Yes. Okay, thank you. I'm healed. Okay, thank you. I got to answer my person. What do? They take off and continue their old ways, and they don't serve him. To me, my cancer is a reminder that I'm here to serve God. I serve him. And as long as I serve him, he is going to bless me and give me that life that I want. And it's like that story with I forgot who it is in the Bible. He had the thorn on the side. He kept asking God to remove the thorn, but God said, no, he's keeping us in check. Put it that way.
Yes.
Making sure that we don't backpedal and forget about, you know, no, you healed me. He healed me one time because I was Ned for 4 years. He healed me, Ned, for 4 years. And so I was giving him thanks and glory. But yes, I did backpedal because when my mom died, that was it. I went in deep depression and I was mad at God because he took my mom away. So
I'll be the same, I'm sure.
Yeah. And I wasn't praising him and I wasn't worshiping him and I wasn't praying to him and I wasn't reading. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just angry at him. So I backpedaled and said, okay, you're not, okay, I had you once and then you let this. So, okay, I have to bring you back. So how am I going to bring you back? What do you hate the most? Okay, I'm back. But it's a reminder and it's for us to stay humble. I believe that. And I've heard stories where people got their answer, the prayers answered, they got what they wanted, and they just went about their day and forgot about God. No, that's not what you do. So, you know, this disease has brought grief or, you know, whatever in our life, but it has made us who we are today, closer to God. We're both inspirational people, sharing our story, inspiring people, giving people hope, fighting for research, fighting for funding, being that voice.
And you've done amazing, Juanita. You've done so many wonderful things.
Thank you. Cool. And I continue to try. I continue to push because I want us to live longer. I want you to live longer. I want, you know, the person who was just diagnosed today to live longer. So that's why I do these videos. You know, I mean, I don't get 1,000 views, but that's okay because how I see it is the people that are viewing this, they're seeing it's meant for them to see it for a reason.
Right.
And even if I help one person, then I did God's purpose. And that's how I see it.
I find so much hope in them. I mean, like just little things that I pick up on people that have the pleural effusion like mine. When I listen to, because when he told me, you know, yours is peculiar, he said right away, it's, you know, the tumor that's tethered into the pleural lining, which is just not the norm. And so whenever I hear anybody that you interview, I'm like, I just tune in extra much because I'm like, okay, how are they living? And then like a lot of them, I go back and see, like you interviewed them like 5 years ago. Are they still living? Sweet, they are living, you know, it gives you hope when you see that, man, there's people like, who's the gal that you just interviewed that she's 14 years and she's first NEB that you
Melissa. Yes. That's amazing.
14 years. Oh my gosh. I would just love to live 14 more years. That would be,
I keep we will
6, but it's like,
we will. We have to claim it, Cheri.
Yeah.
Claim it. And we have to declare it. Oh, we will, girl. We will. Watch.
Yeah. Or God could create some really cool medicine from those crazy smart scientists and doctors.
There you go. Yes.
Let us live for a while. So
exactly. Oh yes, I truly.
It works for me.
I truly believe that. You know, I do. When I pray for research. I pray for.
I do too. Yeah.
To live longer. Oh yes. Believe it or not, I pray for the lung cancer community and all cancer. But you know, I have cancer, so that's you know, and my passion is to do these stories. My passion is to be an advocate, to be that voice to change what I can. That is my passion. So, but I pray for research. I pray for funding. I pray for us to live longer. And I prayed, I said, God, order my steps. And he does, you know.
Yeah.
And he's doing great things in you too.
Yeah. You know, we have to, all we can really control is our attitude about the whole thing. In 2018, when I was diagnosed, then my husband in that November, when I was getting radiation, was diagnosed with prostate cancer. So he had, I mean, it was like a test of a year for sure. And I mean, I'm hoping that we please God that we came out. We never cursed him. We thanked him and said, okay, whatever you want to do with this.
That's all you have to do. That's all you do is give him praise and glory. That's all you, That's it. You're doing right. You're doing absolutely right. Now, Cheri, do you do any type, maybe in your area, Minnesota, do you do any type of advocacy work?
I don't. Okay. I don't. I mean, I need to, and that's one of the things I'm thinking now that maybe I'll get involved in. But you know, I kind of like more behind the. I have said on the elk site that anything they need, I would be glad to help with, or even with the elk summit and stuff. But kind of more behind the scenes, because right out in front is not my deal.
Yeah. Put it in my room. My husband's always coming, showing me stuff. I'm live. Just
You're on space. How can he do that?
Yes. Well, this is the start of your advocacy work by you doing this interviewing. Here it goes. It starts right here.
Well, this will be step one.
Yes, exactly. The beginning, girl. The beginning. To many
Show
more.
Way,
yes, that'll be great. I I don't do much for Elk Positive, and I'm on the I don't even know what I'm on. I think I'm on, and I know we were supposed to have a Zoom chat meeting or whatever they call them, Zoom meetings, and I could not find the laptop that I'm using. And then I tried to get on with my phone and I couldn't find it wouldn't go on to my phone. So my laptop, I was texting them and telling them, I can't find my laptop. I think my daughter took it. So I blame my poor daughter. And then, so I told my husband, I don't know where the laptop's at. And my dining room table is a mess. So it's like political advocacy. So I think I'm in that committee. I'm telling you so much stuff. So he goes, check under all that paper. And I'm like, why would my laptop be under paper? Sure enough, it was right there. I blame my poor daughter.
It's the meeting. Well, that group is an amazing group. I mean, I don't think I found that until I was in a lung cancer group, which is very depressing, you know, because people were dying constantly. And that was tough. But then someone said, I said, isn't there anything for elk? And so someone sent me to the elk group. And, you know, still there's days that are very, very hard in that group. But the hope and just the information and the wisdom you gain from that group is just amazing, wonderful people. So I'm so thankful for that group.
Yes. So I missed that meeting. So I think they put it in the group. So I have to go back and view it to see what they talked about. But I just been dealing with, you know, with the virus here, and you know, my business, it's hurting because I can't pay the rent. So, you know, I had to make a decision, and I just felt that it was time for me to close it down.
Really?
Yeah, I just felt it in my heart. I prayed about it this morning, and then I got confirmation, and so I just made the decision, and so I'm okay. I'm actually, it's like a ton of bricks lifted off my shoulder, and I don't have to stress over it, and I shouldn't be stressing. Right.
It's not good for you.
Exactly. So I'm okay with it. And I truly believe that when the door closes, God is going to open up a bigger and better door for me. I truly feel it in my heart and my bones. So I'm actually okay. So I was dealing with that, you know, for the past couple of days. So that's why I haven't even looked at that, what they send me. So I have to take time and watch it and see what they talked about. And yeah, I'm just like, oh my God. But I guess I stretch myself because I want to do everything.
Do it all, huh?
Yeah. I just want to, you know, like hurry up the pace, move, you know, faster to get what we need to get. So that's what.
Are you going to the Elk Summit if it's on in August?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, to that. Well, so in August, In August, I'll be going to Denver for the Elk Summit, and then I'll be going to the longevities. I still call it the Hope Summit. It's called the International Survivorship Lung Cancer Conference, I think. So yeah, they changed the name. So I go to that every year. So in August, I have 2 trips. I'll be at the Elk Summit, and then I'll be at the Longevities Hope Summit.
Oh, that's good. And then July, you go to DC, or no, don't they do that too?
Well, if it's a go, I mean, if we're clear for you mean for the Go-To Foundation? Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes,
yep,
I will go to that. Yeah, I will go to that in July. And my husband, I want to take my husband. I want him to experience that. So yes, we talked about that. So yeah, if it's
well, thank you for all you do. That's incredible. All that
you're welcome. You're welcome. Yes. And then
it makes a difference.
Go? I love you. God bless you. Be careful. My daughter's going to work. So yeah, and then, plan our trip, because my husband and I, we travel a lot, and just this year with all this has put a hold on everything. And so hopefully, maybe I just go in September and we could just go and get away and relax from, after the craziness.
Come to my Jamaica here.
I know, right? So when did you postpone yours for? When are you guys going?
We just, I'm supposed to go on a once in a lifetime trip with my sisters, because my thing is, like, I want to really enjoy, if I have 2 years left or 10, I want to just enjoy them. Yes. So like, I wanted to take my whole family to Jamaica. So my husband made that happen. And the year I was diagnosed, 2018, we all went to Jamaica. We had such a good time. And so then my sisters, I have 2 sisters, well, we invited my mom, but she didn't want to go. So we were going to go to Jamaica Tuesday. We were supposed to leave. So I was going to come for you live from the beaches of Jamaica. But we postponed it. We don't know when. Maybe, we'll just see. December probably. But I'm hoping we get to go, because that would be, and then the other thing would be like to go with my daughters somewhere. But, just lots of trips. And we love Jamaica. So love the beach.
Oh,
and love
Jamaica,
warm,
Jamaica's beautiful.
But this is my son's room. And so it's...
I love it.
Jamaica.
I love it. I absolutely love it. But yeah, Jamaica is beautiful. I just had a bad experience because when I was in Jamaica with my husband and my oldest son, that's when I got the text from my brother that my mom ended up in the ER.
Oh.
That was the day I got there on a Thursday was the day I was told. And then the next day they said, you need to come home. She's not going to make it. And we could not get home at all. We weren't able to fly out until Sunday. So I spent the whole weekend in Jamaica miserable, crying.
Oh no.
My mom. So when I finally got home, she was already, she was like in a morphine drip, like she was already resting, sleeping, so she could go peacefully. So I didn't get a chance to talk to her or nothing. So it's like people mention Jamaica, it just takes me back to that day.
Well, you'll have to give it another try and a better experience.
Yes, but not now. I still have, but my husband told me, I'll take you back to Jamaica and it's going to be a better experience for you.
Yeah.
Someday.
In time.
Yeah, in time. Exactly. In time. But Cheri, there's no question. So before we end, do you want to give our viewers, our newly diagnosed lung cancer brothers and sisters, anyone out there, some advice, some hope, words of encouragement?
Sure. I would just say, just breathe and take, and journal which I wish I would have done more, but journal what you're feeling every day. Because, when you go back and look at it and you think, wow, I made it through that. I was feeling that. I like the coronavirus now too. I've been trying to journal, it's like, because time's going to come in 6 months and we're not going to really remember so much of how deep we felt and how afraid we were. And then you can look back and think, I made it a year and I did that. And then I made it 2 years and I made it 5 years. Right. And, enjoy the time you have. Don't worry about if you're going to live, if you're not. Just enjoy the day and know Jesus, because in the end, that's where we get to go. And that's where the peace and the hope is. Death has no sting, it's all exactly good. We're going to be running on those gold streets and it's going to be a beautiful thing. So I don't fear that. I look forward to that, but I'm going to have fun while I'm on this earth, and I'm going to love on people and be kind to one another, because you don't know what everyone's going through. So yeah, just you know, gather lots of people that love you around you and just breathe and relax, and you're going to get through it. You're going to get through it. Just enjoy whatever time you have. You know, there's probably people that are going to die before you that you didn't have a clue. So that's my always thing. Like, I'm suppose I'm going to be the next one to go, but we don't know. None of us know. We all are going to die sometime. So enjoy life, have fun.
Yes.
That would be my advice.
Those were great words of encouragement, great advice. Thank you, Cheri. And that's exactly how I live. Me, I like to travel. So I travel.
Yes.
Enjoy, because you're right. I mean, who's to say maybe lung cancer won't take us out? We don't know that.
Lung cancer will not take me out. I might have a heart attack, get hit by a bus, fall down the stairs. It's not going to be lung cancer.
Exactly. And that's what I tell people. You don't know. Yeah. You're worried about who's to say that lung cancer might not take you up. So great words of encouragement, great advice. Thank you so much, Cheri.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story. And, you know, and people, please share. This will go on YouTube as well. I do have a YouTube channel. If you know people that are going through, you know, lung cancer or any type of cancer, these videos can help them. They don't have Facebook. They are on my YouTube channel. Just message me because I can't remember it. I have to look for it. And I don't remember my what I even use for YouTube, but I'll send it to you. And subscribe, because I don't have many subscribers. But I mean, I put all my videos there. All my videos that people that I've interviewed, they're all on there. So you can go back to the beginning and see the people when I used to do the Facebook Live, and now I'm doing Zoom and then streaming it live. And you know, anyone out there, you want to share your story, if you're a lung cancer survivor, if you're any type of cancer survivor, share your story, be your own advocate and be an advocate for others. Share your story. You could do it. It's just like Cheri and I just here talking. Look, she's all warm, honey. This is my pajama shirt. I'm in my with the universe, and I found this cool thing. So I'm in space. I'm in my pajamas. It's just the comfort of your home.
Yeah.
Just talking, sharing. It's nothing formal. And this is why I do this. So share your story with me. Let me know, hit me up, share this video, encourage somebody out there. And if your story is similar to Cheri and you would like to talk to her, hit her up.
Yes, do that.
Just look, ask me, and I'll send her, or I send you her way. All right.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Juanita.
You're welcome. And thank you. You have a good evening. Stay safe. Stay inside. Don't go around no one. Wash your hands. They're telling us to do.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And I'll talk, and hopefully I'll see you in August.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank
you.
you.
Bye, honey.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great evening.